Hola Year 8, it's Miss De Niro. I hope you are all safe and well. We cannot wait to have you back and teach us some Spanish. But for the meantime, here is your next lesson commencing the 15th of June. Your 2 questions, continuing with the topic vacaciones, holidays, are ¿Cómo fue? How was it? ¿Qué fue lo mejor y lo peor? What was the worst thing and the best thing? So el objetivo, the objective today, is to be talking about what your holiday was like, what the best thing was, and what the worst thing was. And with every lesson, you will always find 3 different colours, 3 different countries. They are suggested activities throughout the lesson, but if you feel you need to support yourself, you choose the one that supports you best. If you feel that you would like to challenge or stretch yourself, choose the one that you feel does that for you. Vale, primero, vamos a emparejar el español con el inglés. Can you match up the Spanish to the English? Press pause and play when you are ready to move on. Vale, fue, it was, lo mejor, the best, lo peor, the worst, cuando, when, fui a, I went, visité, I visited, fui de excursión, I went on a trip or an excursion. Tomé el sol, I sunbathed. Comí helado, I ate ice cream. Vomité, I vomited. Bit of a weird one to add on to that list, but there's a reason why. Perdí mi móvil, I lost my phone. Un tostón, a bore. Bebí Coca-Cola, I drank Coke. Bailé, I danced. And descansé, I relaxed. If you could correct those or tick them or make sure that you've got them jotted down, they will help you later on. So Argentina, your challenge is there. Mexico, yours is there. And España, yours is there. And that is to translate the sentences that I have given you using the words that you have just matched up. If you press pause and play when you are ready to move on. Okay, Argentina. Visité España y fue lo mejor, porque comí un montón de helado y visité monumentos bonitos. Sin embargo, lo peor fue cuando perdí mi móvil. ¡Qué desastre! Now, the reason why we have the word or the adjective bonitos coming after monumentos is because in Spanish, the adjective always comes after the noun. So we wouldn't say delicious ice cream, we would say ice cream delicious. We wouldn't say big house, we would say house big. And the second rule with this monumentos bonitos is that monumentos is not only masculine, but it's also plural. So it means that the adjective bonitos also has to match. México, lo mejor fue cuando visité Barcelona y lo peor fue cuando vomité. España, fui a España y fue lo mejor. Okay? So if you could check those answers and correct them if needs be, please. Okay, the 2 questions for today. ¿Cómo fue? What was it like? ¿Qué fue lo mejor y lo peor? All I would like you to do is to have a look at those 2 questions and just a bit of a brainstorm as to words or verbs in Spanish that we would need to answer those 2 questions. Just need to pause, have a little think. If you want to jot them down, you can do. Okay, let's take the first one, ¿Cómo fue? Well, we're definitely going to be able to say something like it was, good, the best, fun, bad, the worst, a bore, in my opinion. Press pause. How many of those do you actually know in Spanish already? Are there things that you could add? Or are there things there that you don't know? And that's going to be something that you learn from today's lesson. Okay, let's help you a little bit. Lee el texto y busca las palabras. So there you will see a little answer in Spanish that responds to ¿Cómo fue? How was it? Argentina, you've got 8 words there to find. Mexico, you've got 5. And España, you've got 5. If you press pause once you've done this, press play. Ok, ¿cómo fue? El año pasado fui a Madrid, la capital de España, y fue lo mejor y muy divertido, porque hice un montón de actividades, aunque mi hermano dice que fue un tostón, y en su opinión fue lo peor, ya que vomitó y perdió su móvil. Ok, Argentina, I went, fui. I did, hice. It was, fue. Although, aunque, that should say, aunque, A-U-N-Q-U-E. His or hers, su. As, ya que. He lost, perdió. He vomited, vomitó. Mexico, I went, fui. It was, fue. I did, hice. The best, lo mejor. The worst, lo peor. España, it was, fue. The best, lo mejor. Fun, divertido. A bore, un tostón. The worst, lo peor. Now that you've got those jotted down or corrected or adapted, I'd like you to just press pause, okay? And you don't need to write it down, just read it to yourself. What do you think that passage means? So if you press pause and when you're ready, I'm going to read it to you in English. Okay, last year I went to Madrid, the capital of Spain, and it was the best and very fun because I did loads of activities. Although my brother says that it was a bore, and in his opinion, it was the worst because he vomited and lost his mobile. ¿Cómo fue? What was it like? Argentina, can you translate the following? Mexico, the following, and España, the following. Do use the answers from before. Every activity that I give you is based on something that you've already done in this lesson. Okay, so if you press pause and play when you're ready to get your answers. Ok, Argentina. Fui a Francia y hice un montón de actividades. Visité monumentos y fue lo mejor. Lo mejor fue cuando fui a París porque fue lo mejor y fue más divertido que Cannes. Aunque mi madre perdió su móvil. ¡Qué desastre! México. Fui a Francia y fue lo mejor. Hice un montón, pero lo mejor fue cuando fui a la playa. Lo peor fue cuando fui al museo. ¡Qué aburrido! You could have used que un tostón there if you wanted to. España. Fui a Francia y fue lo mejor y muy divertido. Okay, let's move on to the second question of today, which was ¿Qué fue lo mejor y lo peor? What was the best and the worst part? Right, so I think we're definitely going to be having to say the best, the worst was when. I think we'd have to say something like I did, I went, I visited, I ate, because it was something, maybe an opinion phrase. So I'd like you to just pause. How many of those do you already know? How many we're going to have to learn? And actually, what could you add to responding to this question in English? Press pause and play when you're ready to move on. Okay, so I'm going to help you now find some extra vocab in order to respond to that question. So, ¿qué fue lo mejor y lo peor? A decir la verdad, lo mejor de Italia fue cuando visité Roma y los monumentos bonitos porque fue súper divertido. Sin embargo, lo peor fue cuando perdí mi pasaporte porque fue un desastre. Mi madre bailó mucho en las discotecas y siempre fue a la playa y tomó el sol, pero yo decidí nadar en el mar cada día. Nadé en el mar y la piscina y fue más guay que tomar el sol. Okay, Argentina, I would love you to find those words. Mexico, the ones on the left, and España, the ones on the left. If you press pause and play when you are ready for your answers. Okay, there they are for you. I'm also going to ask you to pause. And now that you've got some vocab to help you, okay, what do you think that text means? Again, I do not want you to write it all out. Just say it out loud to yourself. See how much of this you can figure out. Press pause and then play when you're ready to hear the English translation. To tell you the truth, The best thing about Italy was when I visited Rome and the beautiful monuments because it was super fun. However, the worst was when I lost my passport because it was a disaster. My mum danced loads in the discos and she always went to the beach and she sunbathed. But I decided to swim in the sea every day. I swam in the sea and the pool and it was more cool than sunbathing. Okay, now you may have noticed I've used a lot of verbs in the past tense. And in Spanish, there is a tense which is called the preterite. It's a bit of a strange name, but the preterite tense is a tense that is used in Spanish to indicate the past. So basically, it just means when we change a verb to mean I went, I visited, we ate ice cream, they danced, he said. And with every tense, there are irregulars. And an irregular means when a verb doesn't follow a pattern. And we saw this last week with the verb ir, to go, and the verb ser, to be. So how do we say I went? Fui. You went. Fuiste. He, she went, or it was. Fue. We went. Fuimos. You lot went. Fuisteis. And they went. Fueron. That is an irregular verb. Okay. So that's one that doesn't follow the pattern. But the rest follow the pattern of you take the AR off, the ER and the IR off a verb and you add the following. Okay. So let's take the verb nadar, which means to swim. And it ends in AR. So if I take that AR off and I add aste, o, amos, astéis and aron, it changes the meaning to I swam, you swam, he, she, it swam, we swam, you all swam, they swam. If we take an ER verb, so for example, comer, to eat, and we take the ER off and we add iste, io, imos, isteis, iero, it then changes the meaning to I ate, you ate, he, she, it ate, we ate, you all ate, they ate. And it's exactly the same with an IR, ER and IR in the preterite tense, exactly the same endings, which makes life so much easier. So if we take the verb vivir, to live, and we go viví, viviste, vivió, vivimos, vivisteis, vivieron, it then changes it to I lived, you lived, he, she, it lived, we lived, you all lived, they lived. Okay? Now, right now, if you're thinking, what is Miss going on about? Why is she saying all these random words? Okay, just bear with me. Okay, follow the endings here and follow it back to see the person. Is it I, you, he, she, it, we, you all, or they? And on the right hand side, you will see some verbs: Argentina, Mexico, and España. And I'd like you to see, if you pause the video, I'd like you to see if you can translate those. Just press play when you're ready to move on. Like I said, this is really, really tricky stuff. I just want you to have a little go. Okay, your answers are there. Press pause if you need to and play when you're ready to move on. So your final activity of today, okay, is to tweet. Now, not actually put a tweet. I'd like you to write a little tweet. So a tweet is a certain amount of characters. So for the sake of this challenge, if we say no more than a short paragraph, and Argentina, you are going to tweet about what your past holiday was like, including the best thing and the worst. You're going to use the previous slides, and your challenge is to include other people, the past, the present, the future, and a comparison. And I would like you to try and include activities that you did using the grammar verb table. So if you go back on the video and use the table that I've given you, That's the challenge I would like you to stretch yourself to today. Mexico, yours is there, and España, yours is there. Now, everything that I have done in today's lesson, so every single activity, all of the ones that you found a word in the text, translated, I gave you the answer, all of those will support you in responding to these 2 questions and creating a tweet. And I'm going to ask you, please, to spend some time on Quizlet and to make sure that you upload any evidence of your work. I would absolutely love to see these tweets, okay? Any questions at all, if you need any support, anything at all, even if it's just how do you say this, how do you do that, anything at all, please just comment on Show My Homework, because we're always there to help you, okay? Take care, adios y hasta luego.